welcome to Tu Nidito. My name's Becky Slade. We certainly miss having you guys here at our nest, whether it be your first time or you've been here many times, you're a volunteer or a family. We wanted to invite everybody back for a virtual tour today, kind of check out our space and just see some familiar faces and say hello. So welcome to our nest. Come on in. Jennifer Dodson, our Administrative Director here at our nest. Right into our living room. As you can tell, we're an old home, so we call this our living room. It's also our adult group room. And this is our Executive Director, Liz McCusker.
Hi, welcome everybody.
So Liz, tell us a little bit about Tu Nidito.
So here at Tu Nidito, we support children who are impacted by either a serious medical condition that can be of themselves, a sibling, or a parent, and also children who are bereaved. So somebody in their significant in their life has died. And we do that through one-on-one support and group support. And today you're gonna get the opportunity to see some of our group rooms where last year 633 children were supported. And that's in addition to another 120 that were supported through our intervention program that we do. In addition to the things that we do here, the groups and the individual care, we also have a young adult support group on the campus of the University of Arizona. So we have a huge impact in this town, and we want to be here for all children and families who are grieving an illness or a death. And right now, since March, we've been remote. So we continue to be available to families via phone, email, or we also are doing Zoom support groups and Zoom one-on-one. So if you are a family who is impacted by grief, please continue to reach out to us. We are here for you.
And we recognize that grief impacts a whole family unit. And so we support children and then their adult family members and siblings as well. So Liz, tell us a little bit about what this room is used for under ordinary circumstances when we're meeting.
Under ordinary circumstances, this room would be filled with adults who are learning tools to help support their grieving child, as well as how to support each other. So it's a peer-to-peer support model. And one of the beautiful things that happens here on normal times is that families can come for their first group and be able to connect with a family who's been here for multiple groups and find hope and find comfort and find that support that they can't find out in the community.
Great, well thank you Liz, and we'll continue our tour. So we have our kitchen here. During Thanksgivings, we like to use space. Our board members bring pies during our groups and for families. So it's a nice space as a staff too to be able to use this and connect during our lunch. And in here we have our art room, and I'd like to introduce you to Bridget. Bridget is one of our support specialists here at Tu Nidito.
Hi everyone. My name is Bridget Friscio. I'm the Assistant Program Director here. Welcome to the art room. This is one of 3 indoor rooms that the kids and teens at Tu Nidito can use during free time. So free time is this really important part of all of our support groups because it gives the kids and the teens this unique opportunity to express their feelings and their grief in creative ways. But it also gives them a chance to socialize and have fun with the peers in their groups, and they get to know the volunteers on a deeper level, which is really fun. So, in the art room, they can create any type of art project they want. We have countless supplies in here, anything from paint and Play-Doh to beads to make jewelry or keychains. And then we have this really unique piece back here, which is our sand tray, where the kids and teens can create their own world using different objects and figurines. And they get to tell really special and unique stories when they do this. And again, it gives the volunteers a chance to get to know them and their stories in a deeper way.
Great, thanks Bridget. Let's go check out our next space. We're gonna go ahead to our volcano room. So here we have Wolfie's volcano room. So this is a very oftentimes when people come into this room, they say, oh my, I could use a room like this. So Bridget, tell us a little bit about how we use Wolfie's Volcano Room here at Tu Nidito.
Sure. So a lot of people look at this room and they just
Consider okay.
So we can express anger when we're in here, but we confusion, frustration, but also happiness and silliness. This is a great room to just get out any emotion that you have. We have punching bags for the kids and the teens to use. We have padded walls that they can hit, and they use pool noodles that you would typically swim with to hit those walls, and they really get their feelings out. And on a night when I was here running a group, I was in the volcano room with one of our noodles, and he was using one of the noodles to hit the walls, and he had this really determined look on his face. I could tell that he was upset, and I asked him what was going on, and he said that he was really angry because he was told that his grandmother, who was a special person who had died, would be okay. And unfortunately, his grandmother died, and he felt so angered and saddened by this, and he was hitting the walls, and he was getting that out, and it really helped him. He talked about it, he processed it, and then he felt like to play.
And this room, obviously, we're not able to use this right now, but our staff here at Tu Nidito helps kids address these big emotions at home. So exercises and things that they can be doing at home, since we're not able to use this space, unfortunately, right now. So let's check out our next room. So this
It's reconnecting. Okay, go ahead.
and this gift from Carol.
Things in this room to play with. So we have a doctor station right here where the kids who have experienced an illness or a medical condition in their family can pretend to be a doctor or a nurse, and they can care for the room.
Okay, I think we're back.
Okay, sorry, we're having some tech issues. Thanks for hanging with us. So Bridget was sharing a little bit about our imagination room here. Bridget, tell us what some of the other features are in this room and things that we use here.
Sure, we have a chalkboard wall. We have this really cool upstairs area with a reading nook where the kids can sit on beanbag chairs and just hang out and chat and put on puppet shows for the volunteers. We have all kinds of games and toys in here, fire trucks, a kitchen, items to buy groceries, a dollhouse. Everything you could ever think of for imaginative play, but also things that allow the kids and teens to continue to express their grief and their emotions in really unique ways. And we have a lot of fun when we're in here. There's a lot of joy that's experienced. A sweet story is some of the kids come in here from a group to play every time during free time with certain volunteers. And they always have the volunteers purchase groceries so then they can make them dinner in their restaurant. But the groceries are always very expensive, anywhere from about $300 to thousands of dollars for things like apples. So these are really high quality meals that they're getting prepared by the kiddos, and the volunteers just have such a blast, and so do the kids. So not only are they really processing their grief and their feelings, but they're having so much fun at the same time.
And we have costumes over here as well. And then this room is supported by the Marshall Foundation in honor of Anne Nelson-Melko. Great, so we'll continue our tour. One of the really special things about Tu Nidito when families first enroll in our services here is we invite them to bring a photo of their special person. So this person is either their loved one who has died or who has been diagnosed with a serious medical condition. And we invite them to hang a photo of their special person on our photo wall here. So this is a unique way for their special people to be involved with their grief journey. Sometimes during support groups, families will take their photo of the person who died and keep it with them during their group, put it back at the end of the night, and it's a special way for them to be connected to their person while they're here at Tu Nidito. We're going to continue our tour. We're going to head over to our community library. Follow me. So Bridget, tell us a little bit about, we use every space here at Tu Nidito. This is a great example of that. Tell us a little bit about how we utilize this space.
Sure. So in our community lending library, we have all kinds of books for adults, kids, and teens about serious medical conditions and about grief and loss. And this is a great place to come to and check out books just to have the things that you're going through be normalized by someone else. It's a big part of what we do at Tu Nidito. We try to normalize all of these difficult experiences that we're all going through, and books are a really key way to be able to do that. Everything's organized by age group and by author name. Thank you to our interns for helping us with that huge project. And then we have these fantastic teddy bears in here as well, and these are given to us by one of our most beloved volunteers. And whenever a family comes to Tu Nidito for an in-person intake, we offer their children and their teens a teddy bear to take home and keep, just as a way to show that this place is safe and comfortable for them.
So Bridget, if there were a member of the community interested in utilizing this library, what would that look like?
So you can just, well, prior to everything we've been experiencing, people could just pop in and browse and check out books. But if there's ever folks right now who are interested in checking out books, the best thing to do is just to call us, let us know some topics you're interested in, and we can pull some titles for you. And you can kind of browse through and see if they're a good fit, and then you can return the books, and then we can possibly get you some more. But everything in here you can also purchase online, so we can also give people titles of books, and then they'd be able to look and browse through those online too.
Continuing our tour.
So this beautiful piece right here is a tree with handprints, and each handprint represents one of our volunteers at Tu Nidito. As you can see, it's very full, and we are unbelievably appreciative of all of our volunteers. There's no way we could do what we do without them. They are an integral part of all of our services here, all of our programs. The kids and the teens adore them, like we were talking about earlier. And this is just a simple way that we can show the impact that they have on everyone who comes to Tu Nidito.
So Bridget, you mentioned earlier that a part of group night here at Tu Nidito traditionally involves our free time, but what is this room and what is its purpose?
So this is one of our talking circle rooms. This room in particular is for the middles. The middles are kids between the ages of 8 and 12 years old. And this is the space at Tu Nidito where they have the actual support group part of their evening. So they all come in, they choose a pillow to sit on to get comfortable. Their volunteers sit right along with them. And they use our talking stick, which is right here in the center of the room, as well as our feelings chart. And they begin by passing the talking stick and checking in. And when they check in, they can say their name, the name of the special person in their life who died or who has been diagnosed with a serious medical condition, how they died or what their diagnosis is, and then how they're feeling right then in that moment when they're checking in. And that's part of the reason why we have that feelings chart, because sometimes it can be challenging to think of how you're feeling. So that helps us process that. After anyone who wants to has checked in, then they have a talking circle question, which one of the volunteers will ask. And that talking stick will get passed around again. And any kid who would like to answer the question can do so, or they can pass if they don't feel ready or comfortable to share. And our questions usually involve things like common emotions or experiences that you've had in your grief because of the death or because of the diagnosis. And then once the question is complete, we have an activity, something that's usually more hands-on and creative, which gives the kids another unique opportunity to process everything that they're experiencing.
Thank you so much, Bridget.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing. And if you have any questions for Bridget or for our staff here, you can reach out to Bridget by email or visit our website, tunidito.org. We'll continue our tour. And we're gonna We have our celebration garden out here. It's very warm, so I won't keep you out here too long. But to our right here, we have our volunteer garden. So this is a special space that we've created with our volunteers in mind. It's just a place of peace and calm to process deep emotions after groups, before groups, since they're certainly doing a lot to help support the families that we serve here at Tu Nidito. And we're heading toward the part 2 of our tour. And this is our Angel's Nest here at Tu Nidito. In 2007, Tu Nidito was a beneficiary of Angel Charity for Children. And this is our Angel's Nest. So we have this beautiful building here that allowed us to grow and expand to serve more children and families here at Tu Nidito. And it also allowed us to give staff some more office space that was much needed at the time. So we'll take a tour and check out this space. We're going to start in our second adult group support room. We saw the first one with Liz earlier, and this is our other support room for adults. And here we have Serena. Say hello, Serena.
Hello, everybody. My name is Serena. I'm a support specialist and group coordinator here at Tu Nidito.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about this room. What room are we in?
Yeah, so this is we call it the adult lounge. It's another one of our talking circle rooms for our adults. In some cases, our adult group on any given night can be relatively big, so we have to split the group in half. So they would be in this room or in the living room, which you guys just saw. We also use this room for our Spanish-speaking group. So we do serve our Spanish-speaking community. We have one group night dedicated to Spanish speakers. And so in this room, our Spanish-speaking parents and caregivers will all meet together. And the whole group is done in Spanish, which is a lot easier and more comfortable for them. So we do have that. And then we also use this room for our CPC night. So this is our group night for children that have a parent with cancer or other serious medical condition. And so we have 2 adult groups for that night. One group is for the parent that has the serious medical condition, and they meet in the living room. And then the other adult group is for the caregivers. So they meet in this room, they get to get support from each other, talk about the hardships that they're facing, and overall just kind of get that validation that they need to keep moving forward. So that's a little bit about what we do in this room. Yeah.
Great.
And
Thank you. Let's check out our next space.
I'm coming with y'all.
Perfect. So you'll see through here, throughout this Angel's Nest, we have tiles that are recognized, our different donors that helped make this building possible. We're going to head over to our teen lounge. Welcome. So this is our teen lounge. It explains itself. This room is lovingly dedicated to our friends at Sam Levitt's Furniture. They have donated the furniture to make this space the fun space that it is for teens. And so Serena, tell us a little bit about how teens use this space here at Tu Nidito.
Yeah, so as you can see, and as Becky stated, this is a really kind of chill and relaxed environment with the really cool couches and the murals on the wall. And essentially teens can come and use this space to really just connect with other teens and be able to talk about whatever it is that they need to talk about, whatever they're feeling or thinking about their grief or about the person who died in their life, without feeling judged or misunderstood. So I think those are the key things with this group, because all the other teens in this room get it. They know how it feels to have grief and have all those things come up as a teenager. So having a really safe and comfortable environment for teens that are grieving is essential. As you can see, we also have lots of board games, a guitar, various art supplies also kind of scattered around. And all of these things also help our teens to really just unwind, decompress, connect with each other, and then organically be able to talk about the things that are coming up in their lives right now. So one of my favorite spaces in the book.
Awesome. Serena, will you take us to our next space, which is our littles room?
I'd love to. So right in here, this is our Littles Talking Circle room. So this room is for our littles age group, which are kids who are 3.5 to 7. As you can see, it kind of looks like our middles talking circle room, but just a little smaller because our little ones are a little smaller. So it's the perfect size for them. And although our littles may not really be able to understand the permanence of death, they may have a hard time really grasping all that is grief. They still have so many thoughts and feelings that relate to their grief that they're able to really explore and talk about and share about in this room. So we do that through checking in and talking. They get to do activities and art projects in here also. On any given night, you could have a little that goes from talking about what they did that day, what they had for lunch, what they're planning to do for their birthday this weekend, and then almost instantly, if they feel comfortable enough, we'll switch to talking about their special person who died and the feelings that come around that, really just trying to understand how they think and how they feel. And our facilitators do a really good job at reflecting that and just in general helping them process through some of those big feelings. So I love our littles. They're so expressive in all of their really wonderful and happy feelings and also their challenging ones. So
Definitely. Thank you, Serena. And so our ideal space is obviously to be able to meet here in person. And since we're not able to do that, again, our groups are meeting virtually. So there's curriculum that's meant to meet the needs of our littles, middles, and teens that are all grieving. And they're catering to meet the needs of those kids at home as best we can right now. So while we wish that they were here, we're doing what we can. We're still reaching out and impacting many families. And on that note, if there are any families interested in enrolling in services, we are currently having we're doing intakes for families at the moment virtually. So you can still enroll in services if you're in need of grief support for you or your family. Give us a call, 322-9155, or visit our website, tunidito.org. So let's check out our playground. So Serena, tell us a little bit about the importance of having a space like this for kids that are grieving.
Well, kids that are grieving are still kids and they love to play. I think when a child experiences something as significant as a death loss, the importance of play is really exponential. I think that there's so many big feelings that they need to let out, and also just wanting to be a kid again and not having to carry the weight of the world on your shoulder. So when we do have groups in person, part of free time is being able to come outside and play on our wonderful structure or play in the tiny house, let their imaginations go wild. We also have a bunch of bins here if they want to play basketball or soccer, other sports. And so, yeah, it's kind of just a space for the kids to really unwind and decompress. And sometimes what happens with that too is that they organically will just talk about their feelings as they're relaxed and they're able to kind of express a little bit more too out here. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Serena. So I think something we could also mention now is all these services that we're providing here at Tu Nidito are free of cost to families. There's no charge, no fees for regardless of how long families are enrolled in services here. And we're able to do that thanks to the generosity of our community, businesses, room sponsors, individual donors, grants. So we ask you today to consider making a gift to Tu Nidito to help ensure no child grieves alone. Your gift will go far in helping our community during these really unforeseen and scary circumstances. So thank you so much for joining us today. Again, visit our website for more information about anything that we talked about today, tunidito.org. And thank you again to all of you for joining us and for your support for our community.